Joann's is currently selling Big Twist T-Shirt, and I went in the store to check it out and see if it's anything like I had previously purchased. And it is a little bit different. Let me show you how. At first, I thought the yarn was going to be what I had previously purchased several years ago. So the yarn I had purchased a couple years ago, it's called Big Twist Textile. And this yarn is 32% polyamide and 58% cotton. And it was marketed that it was like jersey t-shirt material. I only bought one skein. It was a clearance yarn, and I've never figured out what to do with it. It's 108 yards. It's a little over 5 ounces. And it's not a bad yarn. It feels very, very soft. This particular yarn, they call it a 6-weight, and it says to use an 8mm hook, machine washable, but it is a lay flat to dry. You can see up close here, there is definitely a texture to it. You can see it's like almost woven or something. It is very, very soft. You can't tell so much in the cake, but when you pull it out, you can definitely see there that there is a texture to it. It's very springy. I had thought maybe I could make a hat out of it, but just never really got around to it because I didn't have a second one of these. And to be honest, this is what I thought that was at Joann's. And here's the display in my store. There was a lot of really bright colors. A lot of them were very pretty, but none of them really spoke to me the most. Probably the one that if I would have wanted to buy one would have been the kind of like teal blue one. And I don't think my footage you can see the specs very well, so I did look it up online, and it's 131 yards in this, I guess you'd call it a cake. It's 100% polyester, and it is also a 6-weight. They say to use a 9mm hook, and again, it is a machine wash cold lay flat to dry yarn. You know, there is about 20 extra yards in that cake than there is in this cake, but that cake seemed so much bigger and it felt more solid when I picked it up. So it wasn't quite as big in diameter, but it was definitely quite a bit taller. But what I found is that like this is definitely a yarn made to be like t-shirt, but it's not t-shirt. What they are currently selling at the store is definitely t-shirt. And it made me think about this t-shirt yarn. This is the Zoodles, I believe is what it is called. And I was given this from a friend. So I don't have a lot of the specs on it. I will look it up online and I will put that on the screen here. But this is definitely the t-shirt jersey yarn. And I had made this as like a small little accent rug, I guess you'd say. And I've been meaning to give it to my daughter for like a year, but I just haven't gotten it to her because I haven't sewn in my ends. And I know that would literally take me, you know, a minute to do. But I guess this is the perfect reason why I haven't done it, is because now I can show you. The yarn in the store, when I touched it, was very much like this t-shirt yarn right here, where it's got the fold in it and you can unfold the yarn right there, so you can see that it is like a strip of jersey knit that has been cut into yarn. So that would be the biggest similarity, and it's very, very similar in weight, where like when I'm holding this end right here, it does feel very light and airy. But when I hold up this area rug, which is not too terribly large here, you know, maybe about 3 foot by 3 foot, this is extremely heavy. When I'm looking at this, obviously there's no hole in the center, but this would probably be about the size of a poncho. So this was 2 of the Zoodle rolls that it came in, and to be honest, like this is quite heavy. I would not want to wear this as a poncho because it is so heavy. honestly, more of a weighted blanket would be more appropriate for it. I think this will be great as a little accent rug, just like in the little landing at my daughter's house, because it is so heavy. Like, it just isn't going anywhere. And I wish there was some way to express through video how heavy it is. I mean, I suppose I could weigh it, but this yarn is definitely going to need a particular project in mind for it. I wouldn't just pick this yarn up to pick it up because it's new. I think much like my textile, it might sit around in your yarn stash for quite a while if you don't have a project picked out for it. Like, so even though it's lightweight jersey knit, when it is worked up, it is extremely heavy. And you can see how big the stitches need to be. Since I made this a year ago, I really don't totally remember, but I want to say I used a 10mm hook on this, so a little bit larger than they're saying, but for me, I believe that's what worked the best, just with my hand and my grip. And since it was just a rug that I was kind of free-flowing on, I didn't need it to be like a certain gauge or anything like that, so it was okay if it went a little bit larger. But you can see how big these stitches are, because these are just double crochets. These are actually half double crochets and then single crochet around the edge. Like I said, it had been a while. Sorry for that. I'm not really sure what Joann would suggest that the desired project would be for these. I feel like home decor are probably going to be a good bet for it. I definitely don't think I would make a summer top out of it because of the weight, even though the colors are so fun and summery. A bag might be a great choice, but this is also quite stretchy, so that presents a little bit of a problem with the bag as well, unless you are a person who does like sew a lining, or if you put your crochet on top of a canvas bag and sewed it to the bag. But I feel like structurally, because it is so stretchy, that might be problematic as well. Have you worked with t-shirt yarn before? I would absolutely love to know what you think, and if you like working with it, and if you've had some success with it, what your success was, because I think this is going to be a tricky yarn that, because of the appealing colors, because it's new, people are going to rush out and buy it because of the fun and the novelty of it, and get stuck with it. And it's not a cheap yarn either. These are just my thoughts. If you happen to love t-shirt yarn, like I said, I would love to know more about it. It's just not something I have a ton of experience with, but my limited experience has told me that it isn't the easiest to work with, and it's not perfect for every project by any means. And I thought it would be great just to compare with the big twist that was already on the market and discontinued. Did you buy any of this? I would also love to know if you have some big twist textile and what you did with it. Thank you so much for talking yarn with me today. I am looking forward to talking more yarn again with you soon. Bye.